Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars.
Hi, my name is Annette Rock Renault. As you know, I am running for State Senate for Chittenden County. I wanted to just put the brakes right on the campaign and just to sit and give you a small economic lesson. I want to illustrate to you the domino effect within our economy. So we're going to start it with a story. Once upon a time, in the 50s, there was a man who flew in an airplane and he came and he vacationed in Vermont. He loved the experience so much. He liked the trees and he liked the rustic living. And he decided that he was going to build a company here. He saw a great place for people to raise their families. So as a result, he developed a big corporation. This is big business. So big business, big corporation, came to Vermont and Chittenden County. Now, from the road, you would never know it was this big corporation. This man knew how to be pro-family, pro-work ethic, bring jobs, and incredibly environmentally intelligent. So this big corporation came, and as a result, he knew to attract families to this beautiful way of life. He knew that he needed to help develop schools so that it would attract people to want to bring their families, to raise their children, to educate their children. The government of Vermont was supporting this big corporation. It saw it as a welcome opportunity to bring a great tax base to a community and to be able to, so it supported and helped it to grow. Contractors came in, building neighborhoods so that families could come. And as families came, people were here. We needed great teachers. And all of these people came into these areas to be able to raise their children. Raise their children in a really great Vermont way of life. There was hiking, there was camping, there's skiing, there's snowboarding. As time went on, these people began to say, we have all this income and we need some services. So they themselves, being entrepreneurs and innovative, developed their own businesses that supported the community. All the way from Vermont Sandwich Company, to gyms, to restaurants, to Quality Bake Shop, Mimos, dry cleaning places. All of these things were services that enabled the way of life for this community. Time went by and government decided that its role had to be a little different. It was noticing in Vermont that there were areas that were very, very poor. This includes Northeast Kingdom. It has very little industry. The people really needed help. So the government said it is up to big business and all of these people who are making a living to be able to provide for the different function that they saw government had in the people's lives here in Vermont. So as time went on and regulations grew, It wanted to rate well-meaning. These are all well-meaning things that people wanted to do. But it saw the avenue for what it needed to do through government intervention. So as government grew, it needed more money and it needed more revenue. Government does not produce anything, does not produce an economy. It takes from an economy for its infrastructure. So as the government decided it needed to grow and become more centralized in the people's lives, it was putting more rules down. We can do this, we can't do that, we need more money, we need more taxation because we need to develop more agencies, more aid, more everything. So as this was happening, and big business said, well, we have a few things that we need to support ourselves here. There are a few things that we were wondering if you could do. They did not have the support of the local government or the government, the state government, for them to be able to do what they needed to do. As a result, big business had to look elsewhere. And so what it did was it took a major part of its facility and built it elsewhere. So instead of employing over 10,000 people, it's now under 5. As a result, there still is more and more regulations that are filtering from big business, big corporation, all the way through local businesses, through the homes, to the government, which is getting bigger and bigger. As this is happening, with less people employed, the small businesses have to adapt and have to adjust. Because as one businessman said in an interview, he said, every 4 fish that I produce, 3 go to the government, 1 stays with me. So now he has to adapt, scales down, becomes smaller. Now there's less money that's going to the state all around as it is moving, as you can see the domino effect that this has. Now, I think it is very important that we have programs that protects our most vulnerable. Having areas that do not have any industry, the solution is not to keep handing them fish. The solution is not keeping them tied to the government system and their solution to eradicate poverty. The solution needed to be to go out and find a company that would be key to that community, to develop it, to attract it, to bring it, and bring people their dignity, that they are able to make their own livings and produce their own fish. Now, that is the lesson that I wanted to share with you. I think that this is really important because this is what is happening in our communities. Now, please feel free to go on to my website, www.renault4statesenate.com. Now remember, the number 4 is the number 4, not F-O-R. And if you have any questions, you like what I have on it, please respond, let me know. But part of my support in the state senate would be Brian Dubie's 10-point business plan for economic growth in Vermont. And going around and talking to the Vermonters, that was one of the things, one of the points that Vermonters have said, from the small local businesses to bigger businesses to homeowners, is like to cut the regulatory red tape. people are intelligent. People are already practicing green intelligence. And it is important for our government to encourage it. It does not need to be regulated to the point of strangling out our very way of life. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And now remember, Annette Renaud for State Senate in Chittenden County.